Hi everyone, it's Matthew again from Transform Forever. In this quick video, I'm just going to talk about something that's, well, I think, well, obviously it's very important in the overall equation for losing weight and obviously kind of keeping it off, which is sleep. Now, I think this is kind of, underestimated in, this kind of field because I think it's, some people think, oh, well, if I don't get a lot of sleep, it becomes a bit like, for example, like if I only get, say, 6 hours sleep, for example, then it's all right. When there's loads and loads of factors as to what equates to having successful weight loss, and sleep is probably the most or one of the most important factors in this. Now, what I'd recommend to do if you're not getting a lot of sleep at the moment is to go to bed earlier and turn off any electrics that obviously you can think of. So obviously TVs, mobile phones, things like that. Just because obviously, if you're, if you think about it, all these things are stimulating your brain, and it's not making you switch off. It's not making your brain switch off. So the best thing to do is to turn those off, probably about half an hour or an hour before you actually go to sleep. Just gives a time, gives the brain, time to obviously recuperate, and time for it to really kind of get to sleep and obviously get the proper rest that you need. Now, as opposed, kind of the time that you should be going to bed should be probably around 10, no later than 10:30 every night, because what can happen is if you go to bed at say 11 or 12 o'clock every night, which I have been guilty of that recently, you just don't feel the same person, and obviously if you've done training on that day as well, you just don't you don't recover properly, and then obviously it carries over to the next day, and if you train again, then obviously it carries over again, and obviously it keeps doing that process. So it's very important to get to bed for about 10 ideally, or half 10 at the very latest, to get the optimum results. I mean, there's a hormone that gets released called ghrelin. Now basically this hormone kind of makes you more hungry. It's a hunger hormone, so it doesn't recognise when you're full, and obviously when you sleep it helps to control that. And obviously that also then, if you don't get enough sleep as well, releases a hormone called cortisol, which is the kind of main stress hormone that obviously gets released when you're stressed, obviously when you don't get a lot of sleep. So that kind of correlates with ghrelin, and obviously doesn't really do you wonders really. So yeah, I mean they're my main tips, to be honest with you. I mean, I think one other thing I'd say is to probably don't worry about I've got obsessed to get to bed by 10 o'clock, because obviously life happens, and think it's not going to happen like that all the time. So I think the best thing to do is to kind of plan for it as much as you can, and then once you've done that, then obviously it's a lot easier then for you to kind of to do that, and obviously to fall asleep. I mean, obviously there's other ways you can do it as well, like these lavender oils. Obviously when you go before you go, when you have a bath, for example, or you can have these like creams that you can rub on your feet, and there's all these other things out there, but they're the main three things that I use personally that have really helped in my results in the past, because I've lost a lot of weight myself in the past, but it's all these little things that really do make the big difference. And I think when you kind of then obviously when you get better sleep, then you feel better in yourself. You kind of then have more clarity in your brain. There's all these other benefits that you have to getting a good night's sleep. It far outweighs the negatives of it. So yeah, I hope you found this video helpful. So it's been Matthew from Transform Forever. If you've got any questions about this at all, by the way, then just let me know. So just email me. Like I said, I'll put my email and the links below. So my email is info@transformforever.co.uk. And if you want to have a look at my website as well, I'll put a link in the description of that for that as well. So it's www.transformforever.co.uk. And then obviously just send me a message through that, or even comment below this video, or send me an email if you've got any questions. So yeah, I hope you found this video useful, and yeah, I'll speak to you soon.